soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
I think Jade Lightning is just a strong enough card that I keep it. Seems like a pretty straightforward curve. And it looks like he's Control Warlock, which is actually a matchup that I wanted to try, with double Devolve, double Hex in the deck. Let's just Hero Power for this turn. If he doesn't provide me with a target for this, I'll happily just play the Darkness. Wow. I think I would have just passed the turn rather than Hellfiring that, but what do I know? I guess I'll just play a Cold Light Oracle here. He overdraws the 2 cards anyway. Oh, hit the skull. That's really good.
Your soul shall suffer.
Can even make him overdraw 2 more if I really want. Or I can just Zola this Cold Light Oracle to guarantee I can make him overdraw more in the future. Let's just go for the other Cold Light Oracle. Hopefully he doesn't overdraw any candles. Void Lord and Nazath. Damn, that was good. Well, rip the candle. That's fine though. I hit Skull, Void Lord, and Nazath. That's actually crazy. Too bad I only have 6 slots on my board. Okay, I do have a Devolve for this. I just want to make sure he can't revive it. He only has 7 cards in his hand, so I can't Zola and make him overdraw more. Probably just gonna end up being a Devolve into Jade Lightning, but it depends on what he gets here. Wow, that is really terrible. I guess it's gonna end up being Devolve into Jade Spirit. Man, that Spellstone just gains so much life. I almost feel like that stupid Spellstone needs to be nerfed. 4 mana, deal 7, heal 7? That's just crazy. He has 8 cards in hand, so I can make him overdraw another card if I Zola this Cold Light Oracle. I think I also overdraw a card though. But his deck is better than mine, so if we each lose a random card, that probably favors me. I can just go for some Farsights here though. Try to line up some better plays in the future. Potentially making him overdraw another Demon or Blood River Gul'dan is like crazy strong though. Let's just Farsight. Oh, maybe I equipped the claws too quickly there. Means I can't play Rune Spear next turn. That's probably fine though. Okay, Twisting Nether on my board full of shitters. Seems like that would have been a pretty good board for that Hellfire he played earlier. Wonder if I should just Jade Lightning his face just to make a 4/4. Sure, why not? And then I'll go ahead and play the Healing Rain. I get the full heal value out of it. And healing my face is probably going to be more relevant than healing one of my minions at this point.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Okay, that's the second Siphon Soul. He discarded the other one off Doomguard, I believe. He's playing Doomguards, 2 Siphon Souls, he has room for Spellbreaker still. Kind of an interesting list he has going on over there. Oh, and he's playing Twisting Nether. Interesting. Well, let's copy White Eyes. Makes my Nazath a heck of a lot better when I finally draw it. Okay, got the Hex for that. Damn. He knew. He knew what I was planning. This is the time for the Rune Spear. Don't really want to evolve my Wide Eyes. Spirit Echo is actually really strong here. Let's go for that. And then Maelstrom Portal lets Zola kill the other one of these. Not a very good minion, but it's fine. Alright. So I have a Hex for this Void Lord. He also gets some Void Walkers, which are not nearly as big of a deal. Maybe I can hit a Devolve here, instead of having to play the Hex. Crushing Hand, Wind Fury, Lava Burst. Well, Wind Fury can't really backfire, because I'm killing his whole board this turn anyway. Alright. Hit that guy, but it's just getting hexed. Obviously not a great result, but not a terrible one, I wouldn't say. So do I want to play another White Eyes here? I don't think it's really that bad against AoE. Oh, I can just Zola this White Eyes instead. So many White Eyes. Whatever. I think this might actually be a pretty bad play. It's really low tempo compared to just playing a second White Eyes here. But it's so much better if I get to play like 4 White Eyes this game. Possessed Lackey, I guess? Oh, the White Eyes. Okay. This also has the Death Rattle for Spirit Echo. Oh, it returns it to the hand, it doesn't add a copy. That's pretty funny. Well, I do definitely want to kill this thing. So I probably have to play Jade Lightning here, which means I can't play double White Eyes, which is a serious bummer. Maybe Rune Spear will hit Lightning Storm or something. These are all bad. They're all quite risky. I really need to kill Umbra this turn, I think. And Avalanche means I always kill Umbra, even if it backfires. Yeah, that sucked. Still good to make a pretty good board here, though. Actually, I guess the Primal Fusion always let me kill Umbra too, huh? Because I could have just traded Zola into it along with the Jade Lightning. But the Avalanche landing in the right place had much higher payoff. I don't know. That's the second Twisting Nether. I do need to keep in mind that I am out of healing. So this hero power does get me eventually, but I have a lot of life to work with for now. He does still have a Doomguard though, and his cubes. But he also doesn't have the Skull. So he's just gonna have to hard play the Doomguard from his hand. Oh, he can get it off that, but I'm guessing it's not in his deck since he didn't hero power it or something. Well, I guess hero powering it's not that great. Man, if this does pull the Doomguard, I actually can't really deal with it that easily. I think I would have to Volcano it, which is not good. But as long as I don't let him copy his Doomguard with, like, Carnivorous Cube garbage, I think I'm happy. There's also just a good chance that it's in his hand. Okay, no. So I guess I do have to Volcano here. That's fine. I'll go for Volcano and make a Jade Golem. Playing the Jade Spirit here is a little bit awkward for these Murmuring Elementals, because the only other really good Battlecry I have in the deck is Aya, but I can use the other one along with Elise if I need to. Hellfire, sure. Need a good draw here. I don't even know if I want to Murmuring Elemental this Elise. I have 4 Storm Guardians, an Aya, and 2 Old Gods in my deck. I could just Hero Power and make a 7/7 with Unstable Evolution? Or a 7 cost minion, not necessarily a 7/7. I guess Ungoro packs are still pretty dope, huh? I've seen all of his demons, I've seen his Death Knight, I've seen his N'Zoth. I really don't think there's that much I have to worry about. And between the 2 Twisting Nethers, the 2 Siphon Souls, the Spellbreaker, he might not even have Faceless Manipulators in his deck.
Oh yes, they'll serve me now.
Unless I've been seriously not paying attention to this game. That's just a 2/2. Alright, he does have 2 Storm Guardians in his deck, I believe. I have 1 on the board. Sick turn, bro. I can Murmuring Elemental the Blaze Caller, but to activate the Blaze Caller, I pretty much have to play the Murmuring Elemental. That is a little bit awkward. I guess I'll just intend to play Blaze Caller next turn. Dude, I can get 2 Razor Petals. That's sick. How often do I actually need to play a Blaze Caller next turn? Not very often. So Devolve can be pretty good for cubes. I think I'm going to take the heal, though. I feel like lack of healing is pretty much the only way I lose this game. Okay, you dealt with my guy.
Almost out of cards.
Why did he defile there? Get some Razor Petals, I guess. Boom, easy. I'm pretty much at the point where I feel like I can do whatever I want. So I may as well pump some spells into my Yogg-Saron.
I'm out of cards. Bow before the fury of the storm. Bow before the fury of the storm.
Wow, he's gonna feel real bad when that gets devolved. I almost don't want to devolve because I feel like he's gonna surrender when I do. But I could die if I risk it. Blaze Color goes in there nicely. Razor Petal his face.
Your suffering will be legendary.
I feel like my suffering actually will not be legendary. At least not this game. Tempo Carnivorous Cube. Oh no, he cubed the cube!
Your suffering will be.
I feel like this deck might have too much value if I just fatigued a Control Warlock, and I still had an N'Zoth, Yogg, Aya, and 3 10/10s in my deck, and an Ungoro pack.
Throw versus Garrosh.
Victory or death for Doomhammer.
I guess I'll keep Maelstrom Portal for Pirate Warrior. I could try to hold the Jade Claws for Murmuring Elemental, but I think against Control Warrior, I can do some more disgusting things with an extra Battle Cry.
Let the pain speak to me.
Well, looks like he's getting 2 cards, unfortunately, but let's make sure it's only 2. Probably not too many things in that deck to lightning, so we'll just get our 2/2 on the board here and take out a 1/4.
That belongs in a museum.
Alright, he's playing Harrison Jones. Not much I can do about that. Let's just go for a spirit here. Could have coined out another Jade Golem. But I don't know. I'm trying to be real greedy with his Murmuring Elemental. Okay, that's off Stonehill, so it doesn't necessarily imply that he's playing N'Zoth. Oh man, I can make him overdraw 4 cards here. I think that's worth it.
My hand is full.
Those were really good cards to see overdrawn. So I do want to coin a 2-cost thing here. Maelstrom Portal lets me kill this guy. I don't really want to give him a 6/9 in his deck.
There is little time.
I'm just going to devolve, I think. Probably does make the Harrison Jones bigger, but whatever. Or not. Okay, one more overdraw to look at here. Whirlwind. So Whirlwind, Execute, Death Knight, and the other Stonehill Defender. All very good overdraws. Not so much the Whirlwind, but the other 3. Okay, wants to get that Cold Light off the board before I Zola it. Or maybe he just had to get a card out of his hand and that was the best one. Oh, I actually drew the Zola too. Damn. Well, I don't really want to Zola just this thing, so let's go for a Farsight. Aya Blackpaw. Kinda want to play Zola on the Aya, so I don't think I'm gonna play her here. Jade Lightning makes a 4/4. If I make a 4/4 here, it gives him something to do with his mana. If he has like a Shield Slam or something. And since he's going to be on 10 cards, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. Let's just pass the turn. Next turn is going to be Aya plus Zola. The following turn is another Aya. And if my board is clear, then I get to N'Zoth for 2 Ayas. He had to just slam a 2/2 last turn, so I can't imagine he's likely to have a great play here. Okay. Well, that was better than I was expecting. Picked up another Cold Light Oracle. I can Zola the Cold Light Oracle if I want. I think I'm just gonna go Jade Lightning Maelstrom Portal here, though. Spell Damage Totem is great. Maelstrom Portal first in case I get Mana Worm or Arcane Anomaly. Hey, this little guy's good in Fatigue. Although I'm already winning Fatigue pretty hard. Still have Elise and White Eyes in the deck.
I wonder.
Alright. I'm not too concerned about a Whirlwind Sleep there. I think this is the Aya Zola turn. And then just Hero Power, I suppose. Maybe I should stop Hero Powering since he's a Brawl deck. Or likely to be a deck with Brawl. I don't play Flame Tongue Totem, so I don't really use my totems very well at all. Taunt Totem's not great against his deck. I guess it's actually pretty good here. But in general, the totems tend not to be very useful.
Your magic shall not save.
Okay, that's fine. She still comes back off N'Zoth. Punch me in the face. What the fuck? Does he know this just happens now? Or this just happens now? I think I want to play the Aya though, since I have N'Zoth in hand. Can't play the Jade Claws to go along with it, which is kind of a bummer. But I think the Aya on her own is a big enough threat. Yeah, if I play the Claws here, I'm overloaded and can't play N'Zoth next turn. And I definitely want to be able to play N'Zoth. Okay, Shield Slam number 1. If he doesn't kill this 6/5, I think I probably don't play N'Zoth next turn. Okay, Execute number 2. I'll play N'Zoth here. Skulking Geist gets my unstable evolutions, but it's no big deal. Easy N'Zoth, 2 Ayas, and the little raptor guy. Still drawing cards. I mean, I guess he probably does have a Dead Man's Hand in there, but I just don't see how he can ever beat all of my threats. Looks like this is probably a brawl. Sure. So I get at least a gigantic Jade Golem out of this. What, 1, 2, 1. Oh well, that's fine. Let's just go for White Eyes. And not Hero Power, because I don't really need to. And I know he has at least one more Brawl in here, possibly 2. Do I want to play the Darkness here? I would rather he not, like, randomly awaken the Darkness next turn and then have Brawl. I'm content to just keep passing. I guess I probably should have equipped this. I don't know. Maybe I want to equip the Jade Claws just to refill my board, though. Don't necessarily want this in the way. Second Brawl. That was the one off Dead Man's Hand, so there could still be another one in the deck. Alright, I think I can play some threats here. I can even Cold Light Oracle to force him to draw into those, but I don't think I necessarily need to. I don't particularly even want the Darkness to show up yet, but it might be okay if he does. So I think the Dry Whisker Armor... What is it called? Dry Whisker Armorer? Yeah, I think that was shuffled into his deck by the Dead Man's Hand, and I believe this card also was. Send a couple things into this. Weapon in here, and get him for 13. And choose not to commit anything else. I can play the Rune Spear here if I'd like. Yeah. Spend the mana. I don't have any more Jade Claws in the deck that I would need to put in the way. Or that it would be in the way of. Alright, that's 1 candle. He has 4 real cards and 2 candles left in his deck. So if this card is not Dead Man's Hand, which I don't expect it to be, okay, he can't go infinite. So if he can't go infinite with Dead Man's Hands, I don't think he can win. Keep in mind, 2 of these are candles, so he actually only has 4 cards in his deck, and I can still Murmuring Elemental Elise. And this guy actually also shuffles a thing into my deck. But for now, I do need to deal with Grom. I think I'm just going to hit him with Hex. Push some damage. Candle number 2. He's dead on board currently. Yeah, this deck shits on Control Warrior. My deck has to be like 90% against his.